Next season the Stoke Bowling Club will actually be 70 years of age. Formed in 1949, originally a men and a women's club ran separately.
Amalgamated in 1996 as part of the Bowls New Zealand model. Present our membership is 76 men members and I think we're 26, 28 women members.
We've got some very high profile players. Shannon McElroy and Kirsten Edwards and Pete Hodson won a national singles out of here, and there's attraction for that, but we do a really good job of just catering for the next tier and the next tier and people that just want to have a crack at your business league or Friday mufti sort of level.
A few years ago we were not getting new people into the game, so each season we have a go at the start of the season.
We have a relationship with Stoke Primary School, which is next door. We've had the classes of the senior children over here. We have a business league visits from clubs, many organisations that want to have their Christmas function here. And of course a lot of those people haven't bowled before, suddenly find out something that they're really interested in and have a great lot of fun.
This year we've been very fortunate. We've got 23 junior members and it's just really encouraging to see their enthusiasm. We also have a really good session as our Friday afternoon mufti, which is run not by the board but by another member of the club. So there are other people who are certainly behind the scenes running the Stoke Bowling Club.
I guess we've really tried as a club to be an open door, and we've had the cricket team down a couple of times, the footy team down, just have a crack. The clubs just need to be open and think about where their membership's coming from. You don't have to get people to play here and now. It's give people a taste of the game to maybe take it up in 5 or 10 or 20 years time. I just think be pretty broad in your approach to where people might come from or people that might have an interest in the sport that you might not think of.
Monday mornings here during the bowling season we have a coaching session. It started off very small. Now on those Monday mornings the screen here will be full. So we've got younger bowlers, we've got older people but newer bowlers, and then the next level up we have opportunities each week for them to take part in trophy matches. The effort that goes into those grassroots bowlers is very important.
We run our business league bowls for 6 weeks from the end of January through to the beginning of March. This year we decided that we would give bowls 3-5 a go. So initially it was a little bit of a challenge because we had to work within a time frame. The players like to be on the green by 6 o'clock and they like to be away by 8 o'clock. We actually modified it in the end. We cut it down to 3 ends per set, and they played 2 sets. We have sausage sizzle halfway through. Then they go out and have another game and they're back in here by 7:45 again. The bar's open throughout the session. They can come and go if they want a drink. There's a raffle available and we have a prize giving at the end. It's a great way to get your community into your bowling club.
We've run tournaments here for a long time under the special events banner. The Stoke Men's Invitation Singles was a pinnacle tournament on the Bowls New Zealand calendar for probably 30 years. It evolved that we moved with the times this year a little bit. Those weren't quite working anymore. We're second fiddle to a couple of other tournaments around the country, so we probably looked at it like it was a market. Where can we add some value to the sport? We came up with 2 new tournaments. So a men's pairs, which was pretty cash rich, $20,000 cash up for grabs there, and a women's singles, which had sort of had the cream of some of the finest ladies in the country, and significant prize money there as well. The men's tournament was superb, had a lot of players from Australia and things like that. But we sort of had a group of blokes that have been coming here for the singles for years anyway, so we did have a bit of a starting point. But with the ladies tournament, it was genuinely starting afresh with something new, and there's sort of nothing else like that for the ladies, which was really cool and was really well received.
So weight on the forehand.
I ended up pretty much managing our bid for the Bowls 3-5, if you like.
Well, it was a huge step forward for our club this year. Initially, when we put it to our board, they were a little bit hesitant and they said, oh, well, let's wait and see and perhaps we'll do it the following year. So I did approach a couple of the bowlers, the likes of Shannon McElroy. I said to Shannon, what do you think about this competition? And he was just over the top about it. He said this is something that we possibly need to play in. So within 2 days I'd actually called a special meeting and the board came around and said, yes, okay, let's give it a go.
It's been superb. You walk into the corner pub just down the road here in the little community of Stoke, and people are saying, that's a guy off the TV, and I saw you guys, and we'd have 20 or 30 down there on a Tuesday, Wednesday night to watch it. It was just superb, and it really put probably the sport in this area sort of on the map a little bit.
I'm also part of a small committee that are looking to ways that we can future-proof Stoke Bowling Club. There's been a number of requests by the club members to put in an artificial green, so we have opportunities to play during the winter months. But the committee has thought about this, and we've done quite a bit of exploration about it, and have decided that we'd look for maybe ways of actually looking to a bigger project in that, maybe a newer bowling complex or and that sort of thing. But it's in its early stages at the moment. There's a number of bowling clubs in Nelson. In the longer term, there may be opportunities for amalgamations to happen. But they've happened in the past, and we are just making sure that we look at every opportunity to see a positive future for Stoke Bowling Club.
So I suppose if I had to give any advice to another club around New Zealand, it would just be, don't be afraid to break the mould. And we've got Bowls New Zealand now who have changed the shape of the way they're doing things, and they're ambitious. And I think as clubs we can look at how we can make the game more attractive to a wider range of people. And for us this year it was trying to have a couple of really high profile events that can put our club on the calendar and on the map.
On the drive to the shot bowl. Oh.
I think they've got to have a program that caters for those that aren't so competitive now, but that want to just come for a couple of hours, play. A lot of the people now, they just haven't got the time to spend all day, like old days.
There's one thing that I would say is that the effort that a committee or a club puts into the atmosphere, the sort of way that people get on and the opportunities to draw people into various activities in the club, I think that's really important.